She's spectacular. She's spectacular. And when are we going to start talking about her the same way we talk about Caitlin Clark? I mean, you look at her skills, you look at what she is special. When are we going to start doing that? Because let me tell you something.
Did you catch Stephen A. Smith's latest hot take? If you did, there's a good chance your eyebrows hit the ceiling. This is the same guy widely considered a top-tier voice in sports. Yet he had the nerve to suggest that JuJu Watkins belongs in the same conversation as Caitlin Clark. Come on, that's not just a stretch. That's a full-on leap into fantasy land. We're talking about Caitlin Clark here minus 67 double-doubles and 17 triple-doubles. And he's comparing her to someone with just 15 double-doubles and 0 triples? Seriously?
Says her ball handling ability, her driving ability, her shot making ability, her 3-point shooting shot making ability. This sister is something special. She is spectacular. Pull up Jay right there. She is the package, and she's been the package. We saw her coming last year, but now that Caitlin Clark is gone, we should be focusing on her even more so now. And just like I told you when Caitlin Clark was the golden goose, I said that's the golden goose. That didn't mean she was the best player in the world. It meant that she was pretty damn good and coming, okay? And the fans...
And here's the kicker. Stephen A. Smith is out here pretending like he's just some powerless spectator in the media circus, wondering why JuJu Watkins isn't getting more love. Newsflash, Stephen A., you are the media. You sit on one of the biggest, loudest platforms in all of sports and have major influence over who gets airtime. If JuJu's not in the spotlight, maybe the first place you should look is the mirror.
I'm saying the only question now about JuJu is, why is she not being shown more love? Because clearly she deserves it.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend this was just an isolated misstep. On first take, he didn't merely drop JuJu's name in passing. He leaned all the way in, asking, when are we going to start talking about her the same way we talked about Caitlin Clark? As if he isn't the one steering the entire conversation on his own show. The man practically scripts the rundown himself.
We see Caitlin Clark pulling up from logo range. Oh, well, I'll be damned. When we see Caitlin Clark running the floor, finding Hannah Stolke like Peyton Manning finds Marvin Harrison, well, I'll be damned.
It's not that JuJu Watkins isn't talented. She absolutely is. But Caitlin Clark? She's a once-in-a-generation player. She's already reshaping the game at the professional level. Comparing JuJu to Clark right now is like comparing someone still lacing up for a marathon to someone who's already broken the record, crossed the finish line, and taken a victory lap.
The biggest problem is this is his show. And he's decided not to talk about JuJu. That's the funny part. Deep down, I think Stephen A. knows why they're not talking about JuJu.
What makes this all so laughable is Stephen A.'s act, pretending he doesn't understand how the media machine works. He talks about coverage like it's some uncontrollable force, when in reality, he's been steering it for decades. If he truly believed what he was saying, he could have JuJu on ESPN tomorrow. He could dedicate an entire segment to her stats, her impact, and her future. But instead, he opts for the low-hanging viral moment, fully aware that the comparison is absurd.
The thing that everybody can agree on is JuJu is special. JuJu is a great player. I love her personality. I love how she's aggressive on the court. She gets downhill, you're either about to give up 2 points or you're about to give up.
And let's be clear, this isn't some anti-JuJu rant. She's talented, charismatic, and has a bright future ahead. But Stephen A. didn't say she's promising. He claims she already deserves the same spotlight as Caitlin Clark. That's not just a stretch. That's delusional. It's not that JuJu isn't good. It's that she's not there yet. And truthfully, there's no shame in that.
JuJu, yeah, she can score her butt off. Don't get me wrong. JuJu can score her butt off. But is she facilitated at a high level? Right? Now, we're going to break it all the way down, man, because as much as I love JuJu, I just don't think she's there where Caitlin Clark is at.
The whole segment felt like Stephen A. was just tossing out a narrative for the sake of drama. He's manufacturing a storyline where none exists. If you want to champion JuJu Watkins, by all means, support her, give her space to grow, and let her build her own legacy. But don't pretend she's already rewritten the record books when the ink on her first chapter is barely dry.
I want to throw this stat at you, right? Caitlin Clark had 67 double-doubles and 17 triple-doubles in 139 games. Caitlin was more than a scoring machine. Absolutely. She's doing more than scoring. JuJu Watkins has 15 double-doubles and 0 triple-doubles through 62 games. That's for comparison of how great Caitlin.
Stephen A., if you're going to push a narrative, at least make sure it passes the lack test. Right now, you're not just adding a pinch of salt. You dumped the whole shaker into the soup and then wondered why it tastes off. You don't get to manufacture a media moment and act surprised when people aren't buying it. You built the machine. Own it. Caitlin Clark is in a league of her own, and forcing a comparison with JuJu doesn't lift her up. It just makes the entire conversation feel forced and desperate.
Now, let's read this one. Fastest to 2,000 points, NCAA. Caitlin, 75. Della Dunn, 75. JuJu Watkins has 1604 in 62 games. Need to average 33 points over the next 12 to hit 2,074.
You want to talk numbers? Let's go there. Caitlin Clark reached 2,000 career points in just 75 games. That's straight out of the video game. For JuJu to even match that, she'd need to average 33 points per game over the next 12 games just to catch up. That's not on the rise. That's trying to chase a comet on roller skates.
62 games for Caitlin and JuJu. We see the points for Caitlin. 1662, 1604 for JuJu. She averaged 26 or 27, and JuJu averaged 26, right? 433 rebounds for Caitlin, 436 rebounds for JuJu, so she won there. 471 assists for Caitlin, 214 assists for JuJu.
Now, if you break it down and compare their first 62 college games, the scoring is pretty close. Clark with 1,662 points, JuJu with 1,604. Rebounds? Nearly identical, minus 433 for Clark, 436 for JuJu. But when it comes to assists, that's where the gap becomes undeniable. Clark racked up 471 assists. JuJu? Just 214. That's not a minor difference. It's a clear sign of how differently they influence the game. One orchestrates the offense and elevates her entire team. The other is still learning how to distribute effectively.
Now, this is the main separation here, is what a lot of people aren't understanding. For you to be getting all these assists and still make it this tough for people to get to your scoring records, that is insane.
Are you seeing this? Caitlin Clark was creating nearly twice as many scoring opportunities for her teammates as JuJu Watkins, all while maintaining her own impressive scoring numbers. That's not just exceptional basketball, that's MVP level, elite floor general play. It's the distinction between a pure scorer and someone who controls the tempo of the entire game. Caitlin wasn't just filling the stat sheet, she was orchestrating the offense and lifting everyone around her.
Let's look at the shooting percentages, right? 46 from the floor for Caitlin, right? I mean, y'all can see the numbers. I'm just trying to read it out for y'all. 41% from JuJu. From the three, 37%. From the three, 32 or 33% for JuJu. Okay? 87 for Caitlin, 84 from the free throw.
But it doesn't end there. The shooting percentages tell an even more troubling story in this comparison. Clark nailed 46% of her field goals and hit 37% from beyond the arc. On the other hand, JuJu is shooting 41% from the field and a shaky 33% from three. When you're taking as many shots as they are, those percentage gaps become significant. This isn't just a rough shooting night. That's a consistent drop in efficiency.
4 40-point games. JuJu had 3 40-point games. 11 35-point games. JuJu had 6 35-point games. Caitlin had 23 30-point games. JuJu has 20 30-point games.
When you dive into their big scoring performances over the first 62 games, Clark stands out with 23 games of at least 30 points, while JuJu had 20. That's still impressive, but Clark's ability to consistently deliver massive numbers is on an entirely different level. Every few games, she was putting together performances that could have easily been the highlight on SportsCenter.
26 double-doubles, and JuJu has 15 double-doubles. And, of course, Caitlin at this time has 6 triple-doubles, while JuJu has.
But here's the real mic drop moment. The double-doubles and triple-doubles. Clark accumulated an astonishing 67 double-doubles and 17 triple-doubles in her college career. JuJu, she's recorded 15 double-doubles and hasn't notched a single triple-double. 0. That's not a knock on Watkins as a player, but when it comes to comparing legendary status to an up-and-coming star, this is where the line is drawn. Now, that's a take that definitely deserves some roasting. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we'll catch you in the next one.
If this was 3 years ago, trust me, JuJu would be great. Because she would just be another, oh my God, a great women's basketball player. Oh, goodness gracious. This is amazing. There wouldn't be a conversation about it because remember, she would have just been another gust of wind. Another leaf floating through